What's going on? Welcome back to Planet Podcast. This is Lauren with the TMF Apparel USA. As always, today we're going to talk about this man, Richard Moore. Now, why is Richard Moore going to be my topic of conversation? Because this is a very, very interesting situation to me. Richard Moore was convicted of killing a grocery store clerk and sentenced to death in the state of South Carolina back in 1999. He has spent over 2 decades on death row. Now, South Carolina passed a little law about a year ago that gave inmates the choice of execution. By default, it's the electric chair. They even spent a good bit of money building a nice little death chamber to electrocute people in with a metal chair and all in a viewing room so that friends and family can watch this horror show unfold. But they also gave the people on death row the option of firing squad, which is crazy to me. This is crazy. This is 2021 when this law went through, that you can be executed by firing squad. Now, in America, if you're watching this and you're not from here, the most common death row execution is lethal injection. And there's this huge thing about it. They have to be sterile. They've got to be, like healthy. They can't be sick. It has to go down a certain way so that people don't suffer. It's like so humane. It's more humane than any other way of dying, right? And so we have this extreme humane way where we put someone to sleep and then slowly stop their heart and they die. And then we have the electrocution chair where you strap them in and just fry them. And then we have apparently firing squad, which is unreal. What makes the firing squad even more crazy is that now you are bringing other people into the execution, right? So you've got a guy at the prison who, probably a doctor who administers a lethal injection. And then you've got a guy who's going to throw the switch on the electric chair. But now you have 3 prison workers, 3 basically sheriffs that have to volunteer to shoot this man to death with a rifle. And it says in the article that they are going to be just trained and sighted in on his heart. And 3 of them are going to use rifles to execute this man. Now, per the article over here, it's only been 3 people since 1976 here that have been executed by firing squad. The most recent one does say in 2010 in Utah, Ronnie Lee Gardner's was a 5-person firing squad in Utah. South Carolina is one of 8 states to still use the electric chair and one of 4 to allow firing squad, according to the center here. In a written statement, Moore said he didn't concede that either method was legal or constitutional, but Moore strongly opposed death by electrocution and only chose the firing squad because it required to make a choice. He said, "I believe this election is forcing me to choose between 2 unconstitutional methods of execution, and I do not intend to waive any challenges to electrocution or firing squad by making an election." It's pretty wild, man. To me, this is crazy. This is what it says. South Carolina's correction agency said last month it finished developing protocols for firing squad executions and completed a $53,000 renovation on the death chamber in Columbia, installing a metal chair with restraints that faces a wall with a rectangular opening so that people could see it. He is one of 35 men on South Carolina's death row, and the slate scheduled the execution in 2020, which was then delayed after prison officials said they couldn't obtain lethal injection drugs. That's wild, man. This is a wild thing. So they're going to just line this guy up, and then three people are going to shoot him to death. And what's the consequence for them? Like, what's the mental and emotional impact for those people, those 3 inmates or workers, not inmates, but 3 guards that are going to execute this guy? Because you ask anybody that shot somebody, it's not like, just killing somebody is not something you take lightly. So this man here stands out. And he killed people. That's why he's on death row. He killed somebody in commission of a crime. And what should be the way to go? I don't know. Lethal injections is all weird. They used to hang people. They've shot people. They've burned people. They've stoned people. There are worse ways to go, I guess. They're just going to shoot them. Let me know what you think about the death penalty, and more interestingly, the choice to accept it by firing squad. Let's talk about it. It's interesting. I don't even know how this goes down, or it's just all so interesting. But till next time, check out the links below. If you want some TMF merch, you want to learn about investing, you want to talk to me on the podcast, we can hook you up with a guest spot on the Planet Podcast. Till next time.